Hi, I'm Lindsay Dix, and welcome to America's Premier Experts, the one and only place that brings you top experts from around the world directly to you. And today I have a very special guest, Mr. Willie Myette. Willie, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
And you know, you're a professional jazz musician, and you've been teaching people in your home for years, and now you've got a really cool service. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, we've taken it from the home and moved it online. Well, briefly about myself. Again, thanks for having me on the show. You know, growing up, my dad taught me how to play the piano because we didn't have the money for private lessons. And he would show me chords and scales, but quite honestly, it gets kind of boring. You know, I wanted to learn songs. I want to learn stuff that I heard on the radio. But I learned how to play and went to music school. And my dad taught me three important lessons. The first thing is that you don't need to follow a traditional piano method in order to be successful at the piano. The second is, well, you need to have fun doing it, otherwise you're going to want to quit, and I almost quit. And the third is that you need a very concrete plan to go from here to there. Take the student from the beginner to the more advanced level. So after graduating college, I set up my own studio, and I took the lessons I learned from my dad and started, teaching my own students. But there was a fourth thing that I needed to learn. It was kind of like tucked away and hidden. And that is that typically when a student comes to a studio, they'll sit down and I would say to them, Lindsay, go ahead and play what it is that, you worked on this week. And you might sit down and start playing, and then there's usually two things that you would say to me. The first is, well, I could do it better at home, And the second is that, well, I forgot what it was that I was supposed to do. And a light bulb went off for me. I realized that, okay, well now, what if there was a way in which students could remember what it was that I showed them throughout the week? And being tech savvy, I said, let me take my little point and shoot camera, and at that time you could take 3-minute videos. So I took these 3-minute videos, started to build a website, put them on the website, and students loved it because what they were able to do is they were able to be comfortable in their own home. They could watch it over and over and over again. So now, 300+ lessons later, in a variety of styles, we show absolute beginners all the way up to professionals how to play the piano.
That's really cool. And what I love about what you do is it doesn't matter what age you are or where you are. You can actually watch it from the comfort of your own home, which is really cool.
Right, yeah, and we have students literally all over the world. And what's great is, you could do it on your phone, tablet, just put it right up there. And, we have these new sites that we've created. Homeschool Piano is directly for the absolute beginner. It's great for kids, great for absolute beginners. You just unpackage, your keyboard, set it up. What do? Go to Homeschool Piano, and you'll learn what to do. And then we also started moving into drums as well.
Very cool. I know we were talking a little bit off camera about this, about the foundational and fundational and your kind of theory on the way you teach people piano. Talk a little bit about that for our viewers.
Yeah, well, my upbringing at the piano was very non-traditional. You remember, that was the first thing that I learned, is that you don't have to follow this traditional method. But we need that very clear path for a student to follow. So what I've done with my lessons is I've broken them down into foundational and fundational. The foundational is all of the stuff that you'll typically get in a typical piano method. You get your reading music, your rhythm, and your technique stuff. The fundational stuff is where you learn songs, styles, concepts.
The fun stuff.
Exactly, exactly. And the benefit is that you work on this foundational stuff while also working on this stuff that's fun. It keeps you interested while also learning all the stuff you've got to learn.
And one of the things I love about the foundational stuff is you really took that from people saying, I just want to learn how to play a song for my friends or my family, and that's exactly what you're able to teach people to do. If that's all that they want to do, obviously then all the way up.
Right. Well, I mean, there's all different reasons why someone wants to learn a piano. Some people actually want to go and play gigs and, maybe make money at music. But the reality is, most people want to be able to sit down and they just want to be able to play. I've talked to so many people, I got this beautiful grand piano in my house and there's a plant on it, and it's like, they're doing nothing with it. I mean, all they do is, dust it off once a week. They want to sit down, they want to be able to play even 1 or 2 songs, impress them, their friends, their family, play at holidays. And it's so exciting that that's what I get to do.
Yeah.
You know, every day I get to be able to show these students how to unlock their expressiveness and their own piano greatness.
Which brings up kind of my own past is I really wanted to learn to play Wind Beneath My Wings for my sister. That was my one goal. So I was kind of one of those students that really just wanted to be able to play the song for this certain purpose.
Sure.
So it's kind of cool. It would have been nice to have you back then and not have to fumble my way through it, but that's really great that you're able to do that.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of wonderful success stories. Why don't you tell me one about the unique ones for the viewers?
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to tell you three real quickly.
It.
All right, so there's Donna. She's in Florida. She's a grandmother. She's been studying with me for a few years. Thierry, he's in Belgium, a father of several children. He's been studying with me for years. And then Lloyd, he's a retired gentleman in the UK. He also paints, and he's been studying with me for years. See, what's great is that I'm able to work with these students and unlock their piano greatness. I don't believe that talent is inborn. I really do believe that, you know, of course, with some work, you know, this isn't like, you know, 2 minutes and you're going to know how to play the piano. But if you're the type of person, you know, ask yourself that question. Am I willing to work for this? Is this the kind of thing in which I've always wanted to do this and now is my time to do it? Well, if that's you, then this is the process that you want to take. And it's so exciting that I've been able to create this program and work with such wonderful people to help them unlock that piano greatness.
And I know you also take it a step further, and you actually have a 30-day guarantee for the beginners. Tell me a little bit about that.
Absolutely, yeah. On our Piano with Willie site and Homeschool Piano, you can sign up for 30 days, and if you're not happy, then you know you get your money back. My goal, actually our mission, all right, is to bring art and beauty into the world one student at a time. And that's what I want to do. I mean, you can tell I'm passionate. I love to teach, you know, I love, you know, giving that information back. So I want a student to be successful. And I know that every student can be successful at the instrument and learn to express themselves. So I want to make sure that, you know, they feel comfortable doing it and there's no barriers in their way.
Well, I know that there are people out there that definitely want to get in touch with you. What's the best way to reach you?
Well, you can just go to our website, Piano with Willie, you know, just check out the site and you can learn all about what it is that we do.
Willie, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thanks so much, Lindsay.